Carlos Corberán is with us. Carlos, a real pity tonight because your team gave us lots to enjoy, but no result for you. How do you assess it and what went wrong tonight?
I was watching a very demanding game where both teams, talking in the first half, where both teams have possibilities to unbalance. We start really well the game with one very clear chance. And after it was true that in some moments they have the ball and they have the possibility to score or to create chances, big chances. After we have some losing of the ball in offensive half, that creates some counter-attacks. For me in the first half we were suffering more with the counter-attacks and with some of the crosses from the right side of them. But especially for me more, there was situations where was one advantage for us that we didn't use, then create one disadvantage for us in the moment that they were recovering the ball, and with the fast players and quality players or the front of the attack, they were creating some problems. But in general, for me, the view of the first half was that the game was more balanced. In the second half, they had more the ball than us. As soon as you don't have the ball, you are going to be defending more against one team that, for me, interpreted really well the game, and we couldn't stop their options to create chances. That's why, for me, in the second half, they were creating more chances than us. So this is my first view now. But it's true that in any moment the team lose the face to the game because always when they were creating one chance, we give one answer and we were creating opportunities too. That's why I was thinking that the game will be decided by one of these chances for one of the two teams. Unfortunately, they had the opportunity to unbalance the game, and after it was difficult for us to create something else to can balance the game.
Very entertaining, actually, from the sidelines, although you're more interested in the victory. The fact that QPR slightly dominated the second half and had more possession, what went wrong from Huddersfield Town there, do you think? What was the reason for you failing to secure possession in the right place?
I cannot find any reason more than the explanation that you say. We didn't feel enough well or comfortable with the ball. They were feeling more comfortable than us with the ball, from the central backs of them, the midfielders and the strikers, and we didn't have the ball all the time that we wanted to have, because I know that they are a team that they are, for me, better in attack than in defence. But to make them suffer, we need to have the ball too in offensive half, and we need to be a little bit more patient, stopping their counter-attacks and taking the control of the game. For me, it was opposite, and they were taking more the ball, we were playing the second half more in our defensive half than in our attacking half. And to can get a 3 points here, you need to be playing, for me, the game more in offensive half and be attacking more than defending.
Your team certainly battled to the end. You brought Mipo Odubek on, and he'd had a great chance at the end, which the goalkeeper did well to save. So you can't fault your team's effort, surely.
No, for me the most important thing was that the spirit of the team was competing, showing a good spirit until the end. In any moment, even when the game was hard to manage, in any moment the team was losing the spirit or losing the mentality to can go for one chance. Before they scored the goal, we had some good opportunities, but it's true that we didn't use, and they were using the chance. But it's very important to see one team that, with this mentality of player, for me, we are not going to give up, and we know that this type of situations can happen in Championship. You can win games, draw or lose, but the most important is never to lose the spirit that is going to give us more things at the end.
In the bigger picture, Carlos, did you see tonight's game here at Queen's Park Rangers as an opportunity to get yourselves into the top six at the expense of QPR specifically, or do you just see the fixtures in isolation?
No, I was watching one game more with the opportunity to add 3 points. To add the 3 points, we had to compete really well, and it's true that we couldn't show enough our personality, we couldn't show enough our style, because for me we were defending more than attacking, and to win that game we had to attack more than to defense. So at the end was one game where we couldn't show everything that we have to show to can win the 3 points here.
Would you clarify one piece of detail from the match for me, because I think everybody was enjoying the start that Josh Koroma made. You gave him the start. Did you bring him off injured, or did you bring him off lacking energy? Was there a specific reason for that substitution?
No, I was thinking that in that moment we have two wingers, and I wanted to to add Sorba to this position. For me, Turton was very demanding in his job to change Sorba directly as a wing back. Then I was thinking that to have the option to have one fast winger will allow us to use some of the counter-attacks opportunity that we were having the second half. Then as soon as you are going to change one winger, you have two possibilities, or just Koroma or Sinani. For me, Sinani was the player that allowed us to go to offensive half. He was participating in all the counter-attacks, he was involved. And it's true that Koroma feel more comfortable in the left. Then that's why I have to change, for me, Sinani at that moment, or I have to change Koroma. And I was thinking that it was important to move Sorba to the right side of our attack, to win more times the spacing behind of the central back, and to use him more as an option to have counter-attack. But I think if you have just two fast players like can be Koroma and Sorba Thomas, you don't have anyone that can link the game or the ball to can allow to make the pass. If you have only two pass run players, if you have two pass players, you cannot go in behind. You have two running players, it's more difficult to create the counter-attack too. So we will find the balance having Sorba on the right and Sinani on the left.
Thank you for the explanation. Safe trip home, quick turnaround as well. So quick recovery is what we wish you for the game against Middlesbrough on Saturday. Thank you for talking to us tonight on BBC Radio Leeds.
Thanks to you.